Muskegon Channel. I'm Andy O'Reilly. Dave Cackley's over yonder. It is the first day of May. Wow.
Unbelievable.
Nice day out today,
Can't
too.
believe it.
Very
Gorgeous.
nice day outside. Looking forward to an exciting broadcast and invigorating news and banter, which we don't put any slant in whatsoever. But Muskegon
Absolutely
rules
not.
and vote for me and no slant anywhere.
No editorial commentary.
None of that.
Just
no,
straight.
We don't do that.
Just give you the straight scoop.
That's right. Do you think? And I put a little video out for the campaign talking about news today. I think the news we get today is so heavily branded. You know, there is just no more discussion. I mean, there's no more just John Chancellor coming on and telling you the news. Do you think that's good or bad?
That's a really, really good question. I think journalism is dead.
Yeah,
I think it is. I think it is. I think it's all editorialized now.
Yeah.
All of it is. And people, you could make an argument that it was in the past. We just didn't know it. That the news came from a certain perspective. I don't know if that's necessarily right or wrong, but I think the reality is today everything is an editorial. Unless it's a natural disaster,
right?
That is the only time where I think you can come out with numbers, with body counts and stuff.
Right.
That's the only time you can pretty much, okay, we'll go with that information. That's believable to me. The networks now, all of them, I lump all of them in, regardless of what their point of view is. They're all lying, and they're all lying continuously.
You think
I
so?
believe that.
Yeah.
Now, I don't believe that's true at the local. Now, I'm talking about on the national level. I don't think that's necessarily true locally, because you're dealing with local stories, local issues, things. The closer you get to home, I think the more you can trust it. The further away you get, the less trustworthy it becomes. And I just think that's the reality that we live in now. And I don't know. It's weird to say. I'm not going to say that's necessarily bad. Everybody's got a point of view.
Well,
and it's fine if you want to inject that, but don't pretend it's objective journalism. Don't be CNN. Don't be CNN and pretend you're objective. Don't be Fox News and pretend that there's no spin.
Right.
Don't. You're lying. Both of you are lying.
Lie. I don't think it's necessarily a lie. I think it's a branding.
It's a lie.
I think it's branding. I think it's slanted to a brand. I think it's slanted to an audience. I think it's pushed to the direction that their consultants and research tell them their audience wants to hear. So I wouldn't call it a lie. I would call it heavily branded.
Do you believe that excluding information is lying? If you present a story and you exclude important information in that story, that's lying.
Depending on a few factors.
I see. To me, that you can call it branding. And the more I watch of this, and I am glued to it.
What about like privacy issues? When it comes down to something, that's just nobody's business.
Like, I mean, what?
If somebody wants to tout the fact that they're, let's just pick your. What if somebody wants to be in a gay relationship and they just want to keep it quiet, or if they want to be in a heterosexual relationship and they just want to keep it quiet? Their relationship status is their own business. What if they don't want to make a big deal out of it?
That's fine. That doesn't have anything to. That's not what I'm talking about, though.
Okay.
I'm talking about news stories and hit pieces on people that are heavily slanted in one direction.
Right.
And that is flat out wrong, and it's lying, and that's what they do. This is why when I look at the way I think media is viewed, and I look at the way politics are viewed, from the president on down, to me. It's lie for the most part.
Right.
And I'm not angry about it. I just understand that is what it is, that you're not getting the full truth, no matter who you're listening to. Right. Except if you're listening to us, you're getting complete, unvarnished facts.
That's what we do. What do you got? Some news here?
Yeah, let's get into it. A list of questions for President Trump from special counsel Robert Mueller has been leaked to the New York Times. Now, the Times didn't specify how it obtained the questions. I don't know why they would. The questions reportedly cover Trump's motivations for firing FBI Director James Comey and his reaction to Attorney General Jeff Sessions recusing himself from the Russian investigation. Who cares? We all know that. Give me some new information, New York Times. Give me some new information every single network. I'm tired of seeing breaking news and there's nothing new. It's all the same stuff. If you got some evidence,
dude,
present it.
There's the branding. They run that breaking news breaking news ribbon over and over and over because you're gonna be sitting there in your bar or in your restaurant where it's got a TV on and it's gonna catch your eye and you're gonna spend 2 minutes looking at the screen. That's why that's there.
Yeah, it's the network that cried breaking news every single time. And then we're going to miss something important because you keep screwing with it.
That's where, and that's what I brought. That's what I brought the thing for. That's what it is. That's the research. That's the market research. That's what they. Every time they see that, it's like, oh, we're going to get 2 minutes of viewer time. Mm-hmm. That's why they run it constantly. It never ends. Go back to radio when we did radio. Yeah,
right.
Between every single song, you had to have an element that said what radio station you were listening to.
Right. Absolutely, but that's different because
single song. It's because it was researched. It was because they told you that the attention spans of listeners are so low they don't know what they're listening to. They're so distracted. Same thing with the news. Every chance you get, you're going to run that breaking news ribbon. You're going to run that little sounder. You're going to do something that grabs their attention to pull them back into watching. I'm telling you, dude, it's all stock market driven. The whole thing. The Republicans and the Democrats, in reality, are not that far apart when it comes to getting things done and done right. And on the national level, to a degree, it's a little bit further apart. Mm-hmm. But the reality of it is that we're all just people, and this is nothing but stock market greed pushing all of this stuff, and it's really got the ground shaking underneath their feet. It's not right. I'm telling you,
it's not right, and that's why I don't like the comparison to back when we were doing radio because these people are supposed to be above. These are supposed to be objective. They're supposed to,
right?
But it hasn't been the case, and it hasn't been the case for a long time.
I know.
This was a crazy story. I can't believe this. This should be an Onion story, but it's not. The Counseling and Mental Health Center at the University of Texas is now treating masculinity as if it were a mental health crisis.
Oh, boy.
I'm not making this up. New program claims men suffer when they are told to, quote, act like a man or fulfill traditional gender roles. The school is apparently hiring a healthy masculinities coordinator. That's an actual job. A healthy masculinities coordinator to help male students take control of their gender identity. I don't have the words to articulate how horribly stupid this is. And I'm a man who took a class called Women's Studies at Western Michigan. How dumb is this? This is a college. I mean, and I took music listening in college. I took a relaxation class in college. This is unbelievable.
Well,
masculinity is a mental health issue.
Well, is it?
No.
Oh, I don't know.
Act like okay. It goes back to like how I've got an 8-year-old. Yeah. There are times that he will whine and cry, and I will call him Maxine. Oh, Maxine, I'm sorry. Did you get tears on your skirt? Oh, it's okay. I'll get you a new one. I'll throw it in the dryer, dry those tears up for you. That's okay. And it'll be dependent. It's half joking because women are just in general more emotional, and that's not a slam on girls. I just don't at all. But when you're dealing with a child and they're not like. He'll cry about if he cries about something that he shouldn't cry about, like he doesn't get his way, so he whines about it. Like, no, you don't get to cry. If you get hurt, if your feelings are hurt, or if you physically hurt yourself, that's one thing. If you don't get your way and you start crying, no, not acceptable. Okay. You don't get to be emotional. No, that doesn't work for me. And that's because I'm trying to raise him to be a man.
Okay.
That's how you raise a man. By there are times when you need to not cry, okay, and there are times when crying is acceptable,
Okay.
and that's just call me a misogynist if you want, call me part of the patriarchal problematic society. It's history. It's the way society works, and to call it a mental health problem is asinine. It just is.
All right.
Finally, a motorcycle run in Muskegon will memorialize 30 dogs who were killed in a kennel fire. The blaze broke out March 30th at Storms Ahead Kennels in Fruitport. The All Dogs Go to Heaven motorcycle run will take place Saturday, May 26th. Proceeds will be used to purchase a memorial for the dogs, and that's cool. I mean, that's just was a horrific thing. You had people who, you leave your dogs on vacation, you go on vacation, and something, act of God, call it what you will, occurs, and it's just very, very sad. People are close to their pets. I'm not a pet person. I'm like, I don't have really an emotional attachment to animals like that, but I know a lot of people do, and it's good. It's nice when communities come together like this, and Muskegon is always great for doing that, coming together and helping ease the pain.
That's what we do.
Of people who lost loved ones. So that's cool. Sports. Cubs win. 3-2. They beat Colorado, and Tampa Bay knocks off the Tigers, dipping further below that 500 mark, and
they'll get there.
Moving me closer to $20 richer.
Ain't gonna happen.
Tampa Bay wins 3-2. Yeah,
but I'll tell you, you got to give me some points because Tigers almost came back in the ninth and won that thing.
Yeah, almost. Yeah, almost win. Way to go. Way to go. They'll get their participation trophy in the mail. FedEx.
I'll give you one too. Go enjoy your Tuesday.
See you, man.